Hey everybody, welcome to the Tattooed Chap. I just completed C4 or the Chaplain Captain's Career Course, and I'm going to do a small series about some of the tips and tricks to have a successful Captain's Career Course. And today we're going to be talking about housing. Should you live off post or on post when you come to C4? So tune in and I'll give you some tips. Well, hey everybody. As you can see, I'm starting to grow on my mustache. I just completed C4 and it is moving into the Christmas and holiday season, and I'm on leave until I show up to my next duty station, so that's why I'm growing this awesome mustache. So please bear with me as it's not fully grown. Well, anyways, as I talked about, we are going to talk a little bit about C4, and hopefully it will help you have a good experience. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can think about and that we can talk about, but I get asked all the time is, should you come and live on post for C4 or not? I lived on post, but the thing I will say about living on post is you have easy access. Every morning I'd get up and I'd have coffee, I'd go work out, I'd hang out with my wife, I'd get in my car, and it would take me 5 minutes or less to get to work. Technically, I was less than a mile away, and I could have walked to work as well, which is a nice thing. If you wanted to, you could ride your bike. One of the things to consider is that this is a basic training post, and when there's graduations, especially for basic training, the gate gets really backed up in the mornings. And people that lived off post, they only have a few gates to get through, and sometimes they had to battle that traffic. I never had to battle that traffic, which was a blessing. The other thing is, off post, there's a lot of traffic getting to post, and so you are combating that traffic. Classmates, they had 20 to 45 minute drives into work, depending on where they lived, of course. Those that lived on post, we didn't have to wait at the gates ever to check in, and we were pretty close. Typically, most of us were within 2 miles of class. One of the blessings also living on post is I got to see my family at lunchtime. Some of the other good things about living on post is, if you live in a gated community, basically, you have all the resources that are on post. The commissary was about 3/4 of a mile from my house. Starbucks was right down the road, so I could get Starbucks. So I could just let my kids go outside and hang out, and I didn't have to worry about them. At the time, I didn't even lock the door to my house because I know my neighbors. Out of my class of 40 students, I would say probably about 1/3 of us lived on post. I just made it sound like you should live on post no matter what. Now, what are some of the negatives of perhaps living on post? One of the big negatives about living on post is the lack of housing. You have to be on the wait list. You might be sitting in an Airbnb or a hotel for several weeks before you can get into on-post housing. I know some people that were almost a month into the course before they got their on-post housing. And because you're here for such a short amount of time, 5 to 6 months, is it worth sitting in a hotel that long? Living off post, you can live anywhere you want, and there's a lot of different options. I know people that rented condos. I know people that bought houses. I know people that rented apartments. There's a lot of different options. Really, the question is, what do you want to do? Now, one of the other things that's important to recognize about living on post is there's 2 types of housing that they'll offer you: legacy housing and then modern housing or the new housing. Legacy housing is older stuff, but it is old housing, old floor plans. When you compare them to the modern stuff, they're not as great. You do the legacy, you do get to keep some of your BAH. I lived in the modern housing, which was really nice. If I had to choose the two, I would pick modern housing. So you have 2 different wait lists. You're not on a wait list for legacy and the modern, it's one or the other. So one of the other concerns you might have in making the decision is what is the schedule like as a C4 student? Most mornings we showed up at 8:30, and then we were released no later than 1600, sometimes earlier for self-studying. We were never recalled to post. A few PT things in the morning, but not a whole lot. But there wasn't any recall, there wasn't weekend responsibilities. So anyways, hopefully that helps you make a decision if you want to live on post with your family or off post. Thank you for tuning in to the Tattooed Chap. If you do like this stuff and you want more of it, please hit that like button down below and subscribe, all that good juicy stuff that people always talk about. Really, I just do this as really trying to be a blessing. So if you like this stuff, I'll see you all later. God bless you all.